President Trump, as you heard, is threatening yet another round of tariffs. The tariffs coming from the Chinese have already hurt U.S. farmers. So where does this leave everybody? Most of all of us at home in our own pocketbooks. Gene Marks with us, president of the Marks Group, small business advocate. Nice to see you as always. Gene, the president mentioned that we're pulling in tens of millions of dollars worth of tariffs. That money is essentially all coming from the U.S. consumer. Have they begun to feel the pain yet when they go to Walmart or Target or their local grocery store?
Not exactly yet, Leland, and it is good to see you. And also, it's actually tens of billions of dollars. Right now, it's estimated that the U.S. government in 2019 could pull in anywhere between $40 to $100 billion in extra revenue related to these tariffs. And, you know, for a government that's sort of, as we know, driving up huge deficits and always strapped for cash for something, that's a lot of money that you have to play with. And that's one of the reasons why I think that the president is not in any rush to come to an agreement with China. Are we seeing the issues that, you know, actually
well,
in the stores?
You say it like that, yet it seems like tariffs are just going to be a great thing for the economy.
Well, I'm not saying that it's going to be a great thing for the economy, Leland, but I am telling you this much. You know, I am telling our clients now, which are mostly small and medium-sized businesses, many of them not even affected by the tariffs, but the ones that are, depending on the industries that they're in, you can expect these tariffs to continue, Leland. I mean, even if we see an agreement coming sometime, maybe when the president meets with President Xi sometime in the next month or so, I don't expect the president to release these tariffs, at least not the 10% tariffs, anytime soon. And the biggest reason why is enforcement. I mean, you know, he has a lot of opponents and a lot of people that are saying, well, you can come to a deal with China, but how do we know that China is going to live up to all of that? And I think the president's going to say, all right, we're going to give it probably a year. That's what I'm predicting and telling our clients that we'll see the tariffs continue for
I've talked to a lot of congressmen, especially ones from Kansas and other farm states, who say they just cannot afford another year of the reciprocal tariffs coming back from China. This is how the American public looks at the condition of the economy right now. Excellent, good, now 47%. That's down 2 points from January 2018. Only fair, poor, up 2 points from January 2018. Right. Is there a slip now in consumer confidence, you think?
I'm not seeing it. And in fact, some other consumer confidence surveys that I've seen come out, particularly from the University of Michigan, have been showing a continued uptick in confidence. On top of that, I mean, look at small business confidence, Leland. I mean, you know, this is like 30 million small businesses in the country, and survey after survey, the National Federation of Independent Business does their thing every month. Historical highs for small business confidence. I mean, for years, Leland, I have had clients tell me, complain bitterly about the unfair, you know, trading environment that it is with China. You know, the dumping of products and the intellectual property and all of that kind of stuff. And you know, the president, you know, like him or not, his timing is right. The economy is strong for him to go to battle with the Chinese on this stuff.
And the Chinese are still stealing a lot of intellectual property, depending on who you talk to. Wage growth year to date, and this has been something that the president has continued to tout. 3.2%, ninth straight month of 3% growth. Have your business clients yet started to price in the possibility, some would say a real possibility, depending on what other polls you look at, that we end up with a Democratic president who's going to have very different business views, very different regulation, and very different taxes?
Most of my clients that I talk to, Leland, are not pricing that in yet. Whether or not that's a mistake or not, you can consider. But you know what? The field of Democratic challengers it's so vast right now that most people are still waiting for that to kind of shorten up and decide on who to focus on. That said, wage growth is a big deal. Health insurance rates continue to go up. Other costs of labor that's not even factored into wage group, like paid time off and time off for new parents and other types of benefits that are being offered. Also coupled with the fact that if you're a small business, finding good people, it's really tough. We're competing against big companies in the government. So that's having a lot of pressure on profits.
My parents are up in way north Michigan, obviously a state that flipped to President Trump. They noticed as they drove up north this spring that there were signs all over. $1,000 hiring bonuses, $1,000 finder bonuses for people finding employees to work in factories. Is that in and of itself a danger? Is all of a sudden small businesses going to have to raise wages? They have to raise prices to pay for it?
It is, and but having said that, Leland, I come across so many people running businesses where that still hasn't sunk in. Where it's like, guys, if you want to compete, yeah, you're going to have to raise raise rates that you're paying your people. That's the only way you're going to do it. Does that mean increasing prices? That could happen, and yes, for some small businesses, even the added tariffs from trade could also put that pressure on profits too. All of these are challenges. As great as the economy is, what I've learned is that we're always going to have our challenges.
Right.
It's never going to be a perfect environment, and that's what we're looking at.
Oh, that's why they have you to hold their hand through it. Gene, always appreciate you with us.
On.
Thanks again. It's good to have you as always.
It's great seeing you, Leland. Take care.
Take care, sir.
Yep.